So if this video has gone up as well, um, then the title will explain it all for the most part, or should. Um, this one is a little bit more complicated than the Tazna thing, I guess. I've seen maybe like 2 to 3 Reddit threads and maybe some other forum sites about this. Uh, like again, nothing really all that like clear. Some it's like some little explanation in the manga. I guess basically the same in the anime. But like basically, like for me, it all boils down. Actually, before I state that explicitly, yeah, I want to say like I want to just put out there. Why the fuck did like Tobi or Obito, whatever, fuck it. I've seen the manga. Don't see this if you haven't seen this up to this part. Why the fuck did Obito like attack the Leaf Village? I don't get it. Like you know what I mean? Like when he ripped out the fox, he went to the trouble of like waiting for Kushina to give birth to Naruto. Because he knew about the weakness of the seal. So she gives birth, and then the seal, like just before the seal, Minato strengthens the seal or tries to. He comes out, and he's like, he ends up separating Minato and Naruto, kidnaps Kushina, like takes her somewhere else, actually, and then like, just fucking just rips the fox out of her, and then he puts on like Genjutsu, and I mean like, and then he tries to make the fox kill Kushina. Naruto saves her and gets away, yada yada. So what I'm like, all up to that point, that's fine, but like to me, but then like what I'm not understanding is after that point, like after the point like that he tries to have the fox kill Kushina, and then Minato saves her and they all leave. Obito decides to take the fox with him to the Leaf Village. Like he summons the fox to Leaf Village and then has him attack the Leaf Village. Like that I don't get, right? And it's like, and I'll get to that in a second. So, or I'll get to the heart of my issue. So the reason I don't get it, basically, is because like I'm sitting here thinking, instead of attacking, like he has the fox, right? He has the fox right now. He has it under his control. He ripped it out of the Jinchuriki. So, like, why didn't you just take the fox with you? You know what I mean? Like, why did you use it to attack the Leaf Village instead? And I've seen, so the only source that I've seen, or explanation I've seen in the manga, or in the series, manga and anime, that maybe kind of comes close to explaining why he used the fox to attack the Leaf Village, is when he says like, that whole bullshit when he's like, oh, you could say I did it for war or for peace, or that I planned it, or it was random. But doesn't really tell me anything. It's like, okay, well, now you're just bullshitting. Like, okay, cool. I still don't know why you fucking chose to attack the Leaf Village instead of taking the fox with you. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you had the fox with you at the time. You had him dead to rights. Why did you spent time that you otherwise could have had just taking it home with you or your base and maybe sealing it or something. You spent that time that you could have been spending on now trying to using it to attack Leaf Village instead. And here's the thing, Minato, if Minato's supposition was correct, which I don't have a reason to think it was wrong, but I mean I guess there's no real proof to think he was right either. But if Minato's supposition that Obito couldn't maintain control of the fox for long is correct, or was correct, then that's even it's not in Obito's favor to prolong having control over the fox. You know what I mean? Like well, while not like taking it back with him to seal with him, to seal or whatever. You know what I mean? Like using it to attack a village that very well as far as he knows, and I have no reason to believe that he didn't expect this. At least one ninja could uh disrupt the control he has over the fox, or like I don't know, push the fox back or something. You know what I mean? But somehow put a damper on his plans to attack the village or some shit like that. It's like, you know what I mean? Like he's spending more time using the fox to attack the village instead of just like taking it home with him when if Minato is correct, he's supposed to have less time. He doesn't have a lot of, he can't maintain control of the fox for a while, right? And I would imagine it'd be hard to take the fox back with him if he could just, if he didn't have the fox on the Genjutsu. And assuming he can't, if we're ignoring the possibility that he can't just place another Genjutsu again, then fine. Well, no. Then that makes it even more. That's where the complication comes. Because if he can, then fuck it. I mean, just fucking slap that shit back on, as soon as the fox goes out of it or something. So as Genjutsu ends, just fucking redo it. But if you can't do that, then this makes this whole thing kind of weird. And it's like, of course, when I keep saying, why didn't he take it home with him? I'm under the assumption that, he's trying to carry out the moon's eye plan. At least, at this point, he's thinking about it. This is his ambition. He is working his way to carrying it out, right? And it's like, I don't fucking know why he went after Nine Tails first in that case, if that's an issue. Based on what I've read from forums and shit, that might be an issue, it might not. But he went after the Nine Tails fox. It doesn't change the fact that he went after the fox. He went to the trouble. He went to the trouble of not only ripping the fox out of the Jinchuriki, and not just bringing the Jinchuriki back like all the Akatsuki was doing later on in the series. No. He went straight to the Jinchuriki, the then Jinchuriki, whipped the fucking Biju out of her, right? Not only that, he waited for the time. He waited for the right time to do it, right? Which supposedly, at least from what I've heard outside of from some commenters and threads and shit, Reddit threads and all that shit, maybe 1 to 2 years. I don't know. I don't even really care about that timeline right now. It's not all important, but it's yeah, he went to the trouble of waiting for it. Well, maybe at least 9 months, or no, maybe a few months, because he could have just found. Well, I don't know. It depends on when he found out. That the Denjin Jinchuriki Nine Tails was giving birth to. That when he found out about the weakness, but that's besides the point. It doesn't matter. Fuck it. Fuck it. Point is, that was his plan. To wait for the Nine Tails. To get the Nine Tails when the shield weakened. Now, whether he planned to attack the Leaf Village, it might be a different story. Again, it's not clear. He doesn't specify. He just did it, and then he gave some bullshit as reason that was vague as shit. Didn't really tell us anything as to why he attacked. And I'm like, okay, cool. But so if the Moon's Eye plan wasn't the bigger priority, if not top or only priority, if not the only priority at the time that he did this, then I can understand why he went to attack the village, right? I've seen people lay this out like in the forums and again the threads, like I keep saying, because I did not find this in the story. People were saying, he maybe he was just pissed off, maybe at the Leaf Village and at Minato. Oh, that's nothing. He went through the trouble of attacking Minato as well. But again, people maybe he blamed Minato, he blamed Leaf Village or something. He's mad, he's pissed off, he just wanted to kill everyone. Okay, that's one explanation. Another explanation was, Leaf Village is one of the strongest military powers in the series. Maybe he just thought, he'd be taking good opportunity to just wipe out, I guess a potential threat to his plans later down the line, with their own Biju. If you just do that now, that'd be great, right? Just crush the whole fucking thing. Then that's one of those out of the way. Okay, cool. That's another explanation. There might have been a third one that I don't remember. But You know, it's like, yeah, those are good explanations, but it's not in a story, right? And I just hate having to work around shit that's not explained, like in the series, because then you just like then now you're forcing yourself to try and justify things that may not actually that might have actually that have occurred that might have actually occurred for that reason, that you thought. Um, I just want like for me, like that's what I'm saying. So you have all these good explanations on the side, and those are fine. But since they're not in series, that brings me to my issue, which is the hard issue is what was his fucking plan, right? Because here's the thing. Oh, you know what? Here was another explanation. Sorry, I knew it. I knew I was forgetting something. The other explanation was, yeah, he one of the reasons he used the fox to attack the village was he couldn't just waltz out of there with a giant fucking fox back to his hideout. So he had to, I guess, use it. He probably used it as a distraction, or he needed to leave no witnesses after taking the fox. But here's the issue with that one. Before I get back to what I was talking about, here's the issue with that one. This is the one that doesn't really make much sense. He summoned the fox wasn't at the Leaf Village when he took it out. The fox was outside, like on the outskirts, some fucking where, on like the outer edge. He summoned the thing is before he had the fox attack Leaf Village, he summoned the fox there, which means he had the ability to, at least one way, to transport it through space time, right? So it's not like he had to walk all the way back to his hideout somewhere with the fox, like what I mean, like a big fucking fox in sight. He could have just, I don't know, teleported back to his base, like we all know he can do, and then summon it there. Like that's all he has to do. That's all he just go back home and then summon the fox to him. Good, done. Now, what I'm not understanding is what he's supposed to do when he gets there with the fox, but like I'm gonna get to that in a moment. Yeah, it's like oh yeah, he couldn't just walk back home with a giant fox. And then some people are like, yeah, if he would try to do that, try to leave with the fox, everyone would see it, it'd be so fucking obvious, and it'd be like a huge manhunt and shit. But I mean, so what if there's a manhunt? What the fuck are most people gonna do about that shit? It's a giant fucking fox. It's the strongest Biju in all the series, and if we're not under the impression that all 9 Biju were a retcon of what the original Nine-Tailed Fox was, like as in like the fox wasn't originally one of 9 Biju, it was just a demon fox based off something else. If we're not under the impression that there's a retcon there, actually, even fuck it. Well, no. If we're not under the impression there's a retcon there, and that was always the case that all 9 Biju existed, they should know that they're not to just fucking just rush after like a dude who could who is leaving with an apparently willing Biju, who is also the strongest Biju. Like, would you not think that he can control it? And if you didn't know he could control it, and the fox was leaving with him for some fucking unexplained reason, you're not just gonna randomly approach the dude where there's a giant fucking Biju right near him. Like most ninja can't oppose any fucking Biju, let alone the strongest one. Why would they send out a massive manhunt of like ninja to go after the strongest fucking Biju? It's just weird. It doesn't make any sense. Well, not much sense. But okay. Ignoring those explanations, now I'm gonna get, or going from those explanations to the heart of the issue. What was Obito's fucking plan, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he wanted the Biju, like the fox for his Moon's Eye plan, he should have just taken it right there. He should just, after he got it, he should just fucking bounce. He just left. But he didn't do that. He went after the Leaf Village. Used the fox to attack Leaf Village, and he explicitly went after Minato, or intentionally went after Minato. Who fucked him over? But like, it's like, why did you go after him in the first place? I'm not quite certain on that one. But yeah, it's like, what did you set out to accomplish? Like, if you like, okay, because look, if he wanted the fox, right, for the Moon's Eye plan, this doesn't make much sense. He's making it harder on himself by not just leaving with the fox right away. They can't go after him. Most of them can't go after him. Minato doesn't know who's under that mask, so he doesn't know that he already tagged it with his flying Raijin. You know, he doesn't find out until the war, so he doesn't know at this point, right? 16 years prior. No one else knows who the fuck this guy is, so they can't just fucking track him. The dude can just warp anywhere, really, and then like in most cases he can't be attacked. So I don't, you know what I mean? The attacks just pass right by him, and he has a fucking Biju with him. So I don't like considering all those factors, it doesn't make much sense that he would waste all those advantages to just have the fox. And he supposedly can't control the fox for a very long time. So it doesn't make much sense that he just wastes all those advantages to just attack the Leaf Village. I mean, I guess if he's just going in all risky, high risky, then just fucking sending it and just, hey man, you know, I have a chance. Let me just try and get rid of this major power here. I mean, fine, but then like, you know, it's just like at the same time, it's like you went in alone, and it's, I don't know, that's a little hard to believe. At least for me, it's like, really, you went in with all these like potential disadvantages that could have been advantages if you just took the fox with you, but then now they become disadvantages the more time you spend trying to attack Leaf Village and the fourth Hokage. I don't know, that seems a little reckless. You know what I mean? That doesn't really match up with, you know, his meticulous planning up to that point to get the fox in the first place. So I don't know. I mean, unless it was all just to get the fox to attack the Leaf Village and get rid of a major military power at the time, sure. But like again, like he doesn't really say. It's not really like established in series that was his plan. He just gives this weird fucking, oh, maybe it's X, Y, or W, X, Y, or Z. It doesn't explain anything. You know, like in series why he did that shit. And it's like, okay, well, cool. You used the fox to attack the Leaf Village. Well, I mean, did you have a plan afterward? What were you gonna do with it after successfully, like, attacking the village? You know what I mean? It's like if it was just to attack the village, okay, great. But then what? I mean, you'd have the strongest Biju, which you supposedly can't maintain control of for a long time, right? You already can't maintain control of it a long time. So if that Genjutsu just ran out and the fox was just wrecking shit, the village was still destroyed, what would you do? Like, would you go back home and then wait till you're, I don't know, you heal up or something and ready to go back, or you know, I don't know, fucking wait for another opportunity to take control of the fox again and then bring it back with you, or what? Did you just want to use it that one time? I don't get it. Right? What was the point? That's what I'm saying. Well, like, I want to know what his fucking plan was, so that, like, because some of his actions don't line up, right? That's what I'm saying. Sure, if he wanted to use the fox to attack the village, like, the main thing for me is just knowing what he wanted to do with it afterward. And then there's the fact that, like, even if that's the case, he needed it later for the Moon's Eye plan. So, I mean, if he knew about the Moon's Eye plan before this attack, he would have to know after the fact, right? At least after all this happened, that he made it harder on himself to get the fox back, right? Like, at this point, this is a perspective in hindsight for him as well. But you would have to know, looking back on that attack, that he fucked up, that he wasted his opportunity to get the fox. You know what I mean? It's like he made it harder to get the fox at a later point in time, 16 years after he already had it. So why did he? That's what I'm saying. Like, why did he? What would he have done with the fox if he successfully got rid of everyone else in Leaf Village? Would he just had to let it go because he apparently can't seal it away before sealing it everything else? You know what I mean? Like, because apparently Nine-tailed fox has to be sealed in the statue last. So I don't understand. What did he go there for? What did he get the fox for? If it was to the Moon's Eye plan, what was he gonna do with it until everything else needed to be sealed away? Because I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't get it. Like, I don't get what his plan was. Like, was it for the Moonlight Plan, or was it destroy the Leaf Village, or both? If it was both, like, I think he built more than he could chew if it was both. And he meant harden himself, like, after the fact. He would have to know that. If it was for the Moonlight Plan, or no, if it was for the Leaf Village, for destroying the Leaf Village, or both, he would have to know after the fact that he made it hard on himself to get the fox later on, like 16 years down the line. He's already had it before. If his plan was to just get the fox for the sake of the Moonlight Plan, then he fucked up by using it. Honestly, he fucked up by using it to attack the Leaf Village. Like, he took all the most conceivable advantages he could have had at the time and just wasted it on attacking the Leaf Village. Like, why would you do that? You went in by yourself on top of that. Like, I don't understand. You know, I don't want to go on a rant. That's the thing. But I think I laid out everything that I needed to lay out so far. It's just, that's really the heart of it. Like, I don't want to know what his plan was, and the series doesn't make it all that clear. So it's like, if he does one thing, then it makes his actions over here on the other side, or some of his actions not consistent with that one plan. If he did it for another plan, then some of his actions over here are not consistent with that plan. If he did it for both, then, like, he should have realized later down the line, looking back on this event, that he like fucked himself over. Cause like, I mean, naturally, if you have the Biju in your hand, like in your possession, it's under your control, you can summon it in space. You know, you can move it through space time. You know, at least with something. Then you know what I mean? Like it's the actual Biju. It's not Jinchuriki. Not Jinchuriki. You took it out of the Jinchuriki. Then why would you? Naturally, you'd be in a better position than 16 years down the line. You know, having to re-engage a new Jinchuriki, of that same Biju. You know, but then like, even worse is the actual situation he was in. He had to risk waging war in the entire like ninja world in order to get that Biju. So it's like, that's even more work than what he already had to get the fox like 16 years before. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand what his plan was. What was his plan when he went to the village that night? Or when he went to Kushina that night? What the fuck? I don't know. And that's what bugs me. I've seen at least one person, and again, forums, Reddit, whatever, state that like, this is one of those things where it's like, Kishimoto probably retroactively fit Obito into that event, because like, honestly, I mean, it probably wasn't, you know, it probably was a different story in terms of like the fox attacking the village. You know, at that time, like when Kishimoto first wrote it, you know, he probably had a different idea for why the fox attacked the village. And then 16 years down the line, or like later down the line as Kishimoto's writing it, then he, you know, retroactively fit Obito, the Biju, Akatsuki, all that shit. Maybe not Akatsuki per se, but like Obito, the Biju, you know, the Uchiha bullshit, all that into that, you know, in that timeline at a later point in the manga. So, like, according to this, at least one person, like I said, online, stating that this is probably the case, and I'm willing to buy the explanation, because honestly, I don't think that Kishimoto planned every single thing out in this manga, and there are some things that, like this is one of those things that seems kind of inconsistent, honestly. It doesn't really make sense, when you really get down to it. But like, for me, that's what I'm saying. I need to know what this fucking plan was. I don't know if I'll ever get an explanation outside of like, or canon explanation, unless maybe it's like in a novel somewhere, which I'm hearing are supposedly some of them are canon, not necessarily all of them. And then like, maybe in a data book, I doubt it. But it's not an anime and manga, so. But again, it's like the manga is the primary source material, so I mean, whatever. If Kishimoto said in an interview somewhere, or he put in some other sort of material, then fine. If someone knows what that is, maybe point that out to me. But It's still not the source material. I'm just gonna lay that out there. But I mean, even if there's an explanation in those other materials related to the series, it's like, it's just weird because it's like in the manga and anime it always looks dumb. If you find those other explanations or those source materials, feel free to send that to me, and then maybe I'll just be like, alright, cool. But as of now, in the manga and anime, it always looks dumb because of this shit. It's like, I don't know what this fucking plan was. That's all I got.